Hey guys, what's up? And welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be yet another vlog, but this vlog is a little special and little different. So today I'm going to get my septum pierced. I am so excited and so thrilled. I don't know, I'm a little scared also. I'm very much excited though. My pain tolerance is pretty good, so I am not scared about that part. It's just even though I've tried fake septums a lot, but I'm still scared about how it's gonna look on my face and all of it. So yeah, that is the scary part. I've been wanting to do this for a very long time, but I didn't know if I should do it or not because I didn't know if it will look good on me and if it will suit my lifestyle and all of it. I have seen so many videos of people talking about how it changes the way you work around the nose area. So yeah, that was one thing that was at the back of my head the whole time. But recently I thought, why not, why not just give it a try? I am going to get the piercing done from Vibrating Ink. Vibrating Ink is a Mulund based tattoo studio owned by Siddharth Suvarna. I'm going to talk a lot about the studio, the piercing, how it's going to be done, about uh, the whole experience a lot in the video. I want to make this video as informative as I can because I really want this video to be that one video where you can find all the answers to things related to this. Because for me, before thinking of getting this piercing done, I did a lot of research. I saw a lot of videos about how it's going to look and the aftercare and everything, but I didn't find one particular video which showed all of it. I had to check like 5 to 6 different videos. So I thought maybe I can make one where it can be helpful for people who are searching for all the answers. So I won't get into all of that as of now because that is for the later part of the video. I also want to mention that the whole corona thing is not over yet. So we will be taking a lot of safety measures. I will be wearing a mask whenever it's possible and sanitizing my hands, and the studio is also very much sanitized every time. So I will show you all the studio around and everything. I just wanted to put it out there that we are going to take care of the safety measures. I will see you all once I reach the studio. Okay, wow. It's been quite some time since I recorded the first part of this vlog. I don't even remember what all I spoke about in that vlog, but let's see. Let's roll. So yeah, the septum's here. I don't know how it's looking right now because I'm in the most um the most I don't even know how to say it. The most I'm in the I'm in the I'm in a very bad state overall. So yeah, I don't know how it's looking right now on my face, but trust me, it looks good on my face. I have pictures to prove that. Hey guys, this is Melita from the future. So while I was editing the video, I realized I look really dead in the video. So I was recording a reel right now. So I thought I'll just make a small segment so that you all can see how the septum looks and I'm all decked up. So now that that's out of the way, let's get back into the original video. So it's been more than a week since I got the septum piercing done, and it's pretty good right now. It doesn't pain at all and all of it. The reason why I waited this long to record the second half was because I wanted to talk to you all about a few things like pros and cons and what was my experience throughout the week, how it was, how did I bear the pain and all of it, and is it that painful, is it not, and all of it. So that is the reason why I thought let's experience it first and then let's talk to you all about it. I didn't want to wait the whole healing period because the healing period takes around 1 to 2 months. So I didn't want to wait that long, but I also wanted to make it a little informative and relatable. Yeah. So if you all saw the clips already, you all know where I got my piercing done from. I already spoke about it in the intro, I guess. And yeah, how it was done and all of it, you all saw the whole procedure. But now I'll talk a little bit about it in depth of how I was feeling while it all was done, and while I talk about it, I'll put a little bit snippets here and there of the videos. So first of all, the procedure was done really well, and yeah, as far as I know, there are two methods of doing piercings. I don't know if there are more methods, but as far as I know, there are two methods. That's what I know about, and one is gunshot and one is the traditional piercing method, which was done with me. And many people go for gunshot nowadays because it's less pain, they say so, and it's quicker than the traditional method. But the reason why I didn't want to go for gunshot is because I've heard a lot of rumors, and I want to call it rumors because I have not fact checked it, and I can't really say anything about it because I haven't done my research about it. So I do not want to, talk about things I do not know about. But I'll tell you all what I heard about gunshots and why I do not prefer going for gunshots. Even though people say it's less pain and it's quicker and all of it, people say that. There are certain things involved in a gunshot piercing that might cause issues in the future, like health issues, and I don't know, stuff happening. The most bizarre thing I've heard is that it can lead to cancer as well. I do not know. It might sound funny to the people who know what a gunshot piercing is and know the pros and cons of it. I'm really sorry. I do not mean to offend you all. That's the reason why I've mentioned it first, that these might be rumors and these are not fact checked and all of it. But yeah, I'm just putting it out there. This is one of the reasons why, because I'm like really, really, really scared of big diseases. I mean, isn't it very obvious we have the whole pandemic still going on? So yeah, so that is one reason why I went for the traditional piercing, and I also wanted to do a traditional method of piercing because it just looks more fun and it's more detailed, unlike the gunshot is just pinpoint and then just shoot it or whatever. I do not have words to put together to talk about it, but yeah, you get the gist, right? So Munch, aka Zombie, was the guy who did my piercing. He works in Vibrating Ink. He's a piercer. He's really amazing. He knows what he's doing. He's very calm and he was very patient with me. He's overall a very nice person. Like, he actually cares for the customers and clients and all of it. I'm saying this out of experience, of course, but the thing with me was that this is my first piercing. Like, other than the earlobe piercings I have, these were done when I was like a kid and I don't even remember getting it done because I was that small. So this is like the first piercing I voluntarily got done. So yeah, it was like a little scary at first. Even though I have a really good pain tolerance, I was still kind of scared, and I do not fear needles and all. Like, that is basically what people are scared of, because when people are scared of needles or have low pain tolerance and all of it, then they're just very scared. I was very sure I want to get it done, but I also heard that it's one of the most painful piercings along with the belly button piercing. These two are like the most painful ones, and that's why I was like, it's my first piercing and do I want to go that extreme? But I also wanted to go that extreme. Why? You would know when I talk about the pros and cons. when he told me to take a seat, he was making sure that I was comfortable. He was asking me things. He did even discuss with me about the gauge. I guess this is called a gauge. I guess I'm not sure. I'm calling it a gauge. If it's not a gauge, I'm really sorry, but I'm going to be calling it a gauge throughout the video. He was talking. So as soon as so before starting the whole process, he first asked me what kind of gauge I wanted, and then we discussed different sizes, and it was all discussed well, and that is what I felt was a really good thing, because I've seen many people that they do not really connect with the client as much. They just get their work done and they are just done. They get their money and they are, that's all. But I had a really good experience with my piercing. So after all of that was discussed, let me just say this, that I do not know what the equipments are called, so I might call it weird names. Just bear with me, because you will understand what I'm trying to say. Y'all will get what I'm trying to, talk about and all of it. So just please. So then after that, when he was I do not want to call it a scissor thingy, but I'll call it a scissor thingy. When he was putting the scissor thingy over here to, like, check the placement and all of it, that time he was again and again asking me if it's paining, if it's comfortable, if it's hitting the bone or something. He was checking again and again. Everything was done really well. I didn't really see the process after that, because I have a little issue with blood. I cannot see blood. I faint as soon as I see blood. So that's the reason why I didn't want to see what was happening. So I decided I'll just simply close my eyes, and any which ways Jerry was recording the whole thing. I thought I'll later on check the video and see how it was done. So before even hitting the needle, he told me ki, okay, take a deep breath, and then I'm going to be piercing the needle through, so just be ready. And he was, there was a lot of communication happening, which made me feel a lot more comfortable, and I was not that scared, because I could communicate. I could tell him that what all was happening. He was telling me everything, so it was a lot less scary eventually because of the communication. After that, he pierced the needle through, and then he put the gauge in. Now, let me tell you all, in the video, y'all, I don't know if y'all saw clearly, but I am crying a little bit. It's not because of the pain, because many people ask me if it pained or not. It did pain. I won't lie, it did pain, but it was not to an extent where I'd start crying or something. Let me tell you all why I was crying. So I have dust allergy. I don't know if it justifies this, but because of my dust allergy and all of it, my nose area is very sensitive. Even when I have fake piercings or any of it on around that area, it's just I don't know, I just keep fidgeting. I don't know if you all have seen that in the videos, but whenever I have a fake piercing, I keep fidgeting with it, because I feel itchiness, and I feel like I will sneeze after a point if I don't keep fidgeting with it. It's a weird thing, I can't even explain. So whenever I try to control my sneeze, I start crying, because it just, I don't know. And at that moment also, because he was doing things over there, it was triggering that whole sensitive area, and that's the reason why I started crying. It was not because of the pain. The pain was there. I'll tell you when it pained. So after he pierced the needle through, that's when it pained for like a second, just when it was going through. When it went through, there was no pain. It's weird to explain, to be honest, but it was a pain for a second. After it went through, it felt normal, and then when he was pulling the gauge through, that time it pained again when the gauge was going through, and then it stopped right after a second. It's really weird to explain. Many of my friends got their septum piercings done before me, and when they told me the same thing, I was like, how is that possible? It pains for like a second and it goes away. But yeah, it makes sense now that I experienced it firsthand. These are called barbell gauges, I guess, and this is like the ball bearing end. I'm really bad with these terms. I really don't know if I'm saying it right or not. But yeah, I'll call it the ball end. So when he was like fixing the ball end, that's when it pained, because there was a slight pull because he had to, handle, because these are like really tiny ones, so like he had to be really careful with it. That's when it pained a little bit. Other than that, it didn't. My piercing is not completely healed yet, I guess, because Zombie told me it takes around 4 to 5 weeks for piercings to heal, depending on the body, how the body takes it. So far, I guess my body has taken it really well because the pain is not really there and it's pretty good, and I can like move it around. I do not want to do it because many people have a OCD when I like turn the piercing around, so I don't want to do that and freak anyone out. But yeah, you get my point. So now let's talk about the pros and cons. So let me put it out there, I'm not really experienced with the whole situation because it's been only like a month or so, but I'll still put my points out there so that y'all can understand how it feels. And if y'all want, I can make an update video after like a few months when it's like properly healed and how it feels and all of it. If my thoughts change by then or if it stays the same, I can make a video later on as well if y'all want a video like that. So first, let's talk about the pros. So the first one is that this piercing doesn't leave any visible scars. All the other piercings are done in such places that there is a scar left after the piercing is removed if ever you decide to take it off. For example, even if you do a nostril piercing or any other piercing, it leaves a scar. Now, for the people who have hidden piercings, like more like belly button piercing or nipple piercing or any of those, then obviously it's not really a visible scar unless you decide to show it or wear clothes like which would show it, or you get my point, right? But septum piercing is one of the visible piercings, like it's on the face and like you can't really hide your face unless, like, I don't know why would you hide your face, but yeah, you get my point. Why am I saying you get my point so many times? You get my point. So yeah, it's like one of those visible piercings that wouldn't leave a visible scar, and it's the only piercing, I guess, that doesn't leave a visible scar. It's really amazing that even if like someday you feel like, oh, I'm done with the whole septum thingy, I do not want to carry on with it, and I feel like I'm done, it was a good time I had with it and I want to take it off. Even after taking it off, you wouldn't have a scar that will be visible unless someone really wants to investigate and dig into your nose and check where the piercing was or something like that. I don't know why would someone do that, but yeah. And I feel it's the most safest piercing one could ever get because yeah, you can any day take it off. The second pro is that you can hide this piercing while it's already there. It sounds weird, let me explain. So because it's not healed yet properly, I can't really show what I'm talking about, but I'll put a clip of someone doing it or something. So many of my friends have septum piercings as well, as I mentioned before. So they used to always show me how they can hide the piercing just by turning it upside inside the nose, something like that. I haven't tried it yet because I don't want to, do anything during the healing period. But yeah, whenever you have to go for a certain family function where you do not want to fall into a situation where you can't even give a good comeback because then it would be considered as back answering, and you also want to play safe, then you can just simply turn it upside and then no one would know you have a septum piercing. Like, no other piercing can do that. Third, I feel septum piercings are one of those piercings that look good with any face structure. Like, again, I would mention that many of my friends have got septum piercing done, and I haven't seen even one person on whom it doesn't look good. Like, there is one friend, but it's not because of the piercing, it's because of the gauge he chose. The gauge doesn't look good on his face structure. If he chose a different gauge, maybe it would look 10 times better. So yeah, as far as I have seen, septum piercing looks good on most of the people, and it's again, I would say it's one of the safest ones to do. So I guess if someone is into the whole experimental phase, should try septum piercing first because it gives you an edgy look, and it's also pretty subtle. Like, it's not out there, but it's also out there. Like, you get my point, right? Okay, now let's talk about the cons. First one, be ready to be called a bull. It's the most silliest one, but yeah, trust me, you have to be mentally prepared. I knew that it's going to come at me. So yeah, I kind of knew I will be called a bull. As soon as I got the piercing done, my friends were like,
oh, wow, you look like a bull.
I'm like, oh, cool, thanks, I guess. Even when my dad saw the piercing, he was like, oh, my daughter is turning into a bull. I was like,
yes, she is.
It's damn weird. It's really difficult to explain why people do so, but yeah, it's just called a bull piercing according to people. So yeah, Just be ready for it. Second, just know this for a fact that you won't be able to blow your nose normally. Yeah, it's weird. Many people don't think about it. I also didn't think about it. I wouldn't say that it's a long-term issue, to be honest. I feel it's more like a issue during the healing period, or you can say around the first 3 months or so. Because for me, during the initial days, obviously I couldn't blow my nose normally and all of it because there was pain. And pain, when I'm talking about pain, it is like really, really bad pain. If you try to pull on it or something like that, it's really bad. So don't do that. So recently, I did eat a lot of spicy kind of food, which used to lead to a running nose. And obviously now, it's I do not want to sound gross, but obviously, like I wanted to blow my nose because it was running, and it was just never mind. Let's not go into the details of it, but yeah, I didn't feel extreme pain when I was doing it. Like there was pain, but not bad. It was just like a very, very little pain, very little, like pretty bearable pain, like pretty bearable, like that. So I feel it's more like a healing period thing, and after the healing period is done, I feel you can just normally blow your nose how you normally do when you do not have a piercing. The third one, you need to be really, really careful with what you wear. Make sure no matter what you do, this area should not be disturbed at all. The pain is really, really, really unbearable if something happens over here. So make sure for the healing period at least you're wearing t-shirts that do not have lacy material or anything that would, hang on to the piercing and might pull it or something like that. Just make sure to be as safe as possible. I remember during the initial days I couldn't even wear a proper mask because it would rub against my nose and I used to feel pain. So I used to wear like a mask that was a lot, that was more forward like that in shape, even though it made me look stupid, but it was far more comfortable because it wouldn't disturb this area. Now it's normal, I can wear like a normal mask and it doesn't pain at all, to be honest. So yeah, you need to be really careful with it. I didn't face any issues while changing clothes, but I'll talk about an incident. It's really painful. So I was sleeping next to my granny and I usually trouble her just for fun. Not like trouble her or something. It's just more like teasing and stuff, which even she does. So I just turned around to wish her good night and I gave her a nice hug because she was already irritated by me. So I was like, good night, love you, and all of it. And she was trying to, get rid of me, and we were laughing about it. And without realizing, her hair strand got stuck in the piercing, and obviously she didn't know and she pulled away.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
I can't even express in words how much it pained. I started crying immediately. I felt that there's blood gushing out of my nostrils, and I felt that the piercing might have come off or something. I couldn't see. I blacked out for a moment. Then I rushed in front of the mirror to check if everything was fine. There was no blood, thank God, and it was all in place. It was just a lot of pain at that moment. My granny felt really guilty, even though it was not her fault, to be honest. It was me fooling around. And karma hit me back. So yeah, that happened. So yeah, you need to be really careful with the whole area because during the healing period, even if it goes here and there, the body might not react well to it. It depends from person to person how the body takes the piercing. Some bodies take a lot of time to adjust to the piercing, and if some incident like this happens, it might disturb the whole cycle, and then things might happen like pus or something, and you do not want to get yourself into all of that. So yeah, that was a small list of pros and cons I feel this piercing has. And it's not only with this piercing, I feel every piercing has its pros and cons. When you're looking into something that's going to be permanent, it's going to have its pros and cons, but at the end of the day, it depends on what y'all want to do. I really wanted to get this piercing done from a very long time, so I got it done, and I feel it looks good on my face. I don't know if it's looking good right now, because again, I told you all I'm not in the best situation right now. I will make sure to leave the link of Vibrating Ink in the description, so that y'all can go and check their page out on Instagram. Their work is really amazing. It's good if y'all see it for yourself instead of me talking about it. Trust me, their work talks for them. That's it for this video, guys. I hope you guys liked this video. If you all did, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment in the comments down below, and share this video with your friends. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!